Most of us look to the new year to bring some type of makeover to ourselves, our looks, our health, our money. Well, why not give your house a makeover? Louis Otero sees amazing transformations every week at Refined Home Finishes, and your house could be one of them in 2024, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is kind of a preparatory time of year, I think, for a lot of people. I know you can't do what you do when it's too cold, but you can certainly talk to people about getting ready for spring, right?
Yeah, right now, as long as the weather's over 40 degrees, we can still do our lime wash and our lime painting on brick. But it has been a little bit cold, and with the rain and stuff, we've kind of gone inside and done some inside work because we paint inside as well. But yeah.
The transformations are really pretty striking. I mean, you yourself are not only a business owner, you're also a client, right? You did your own house recently.
I just did my house, and it had an older brown taupey brick, and so we wanted to update that, and so we went with a off-white, and it looks really nice.
It was fun to talk to you though about your own experience in doing it, because I guess you're able to see for yourself what it's like to really hone in on exactly what color you want, but you kind of played tone on tone with yours, right? You went with a cream, I guess,
yeah.
But then you had a grayish type of color for an accent or something.
So the garage doors, front door, we went with a light gray to accent the off-white that we use. I think it was called Sea Pearl.
Yeah.
Was the color, gorgeous color, and then we ended up painting the gutters black.
Oh, did you?
So that gave it a little bit of that outline and that pop.
Yeah. Well, I bring that up because anybody who's going to become your client is going to have that own interest in making it exactly what they want. Because you say, oh, let me paint the house white. Well, what color?
Yeah.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
So we do samples. So I'll come out and say, hey, do you want, off-whites or whites? And like, as you know, there's so many shades of white. So we'll come out and do some samples, and then colors that will combine with that, with the whites, whether it be grays, beiges, that will go with it, and then we'll come out and do samples, and they can pick it out.
Do you prime the house first if it's brick, or does it go?
No, our lime is chemically directed to go straight onto the brick, and it soaks into the brick, so there's no priming.
So does it matter the color of the brick? Like you mentioned, yours is taupey kind of the color, but what if you had a deep red? Does that affect it?
It'll cover it. So if you want a full coverage, what I did on my house, we did a full coverage on the brick, but you know how we do the lime wash. So if you have a red brick and you want some of that to show through, then we'll use the lime wash and wash some of that out and create that vintage old look.
So when you talk to me on a regular basis, and you'll say sometimes lime paint and sometimes you'll say lime wash, they're not one and the same. It's two different things.
Yeah, one is created to fully cover the brick, and the other one is created to actually distress and make it look old world, vintage. So
I know we're kind of focusing on the outside, but you mentioned old world. Before the camera began to roll, you said that you now have this thing called
Vellatero.
Vellatero.
Which is a paint that we kind of, the technique is kind of diluting it as we go. So we'll do a coat, we'll dilute it, do another coat, dilute it, do another coat, and so it makes the walls look smoky.
This is interior.
This is interior. This is interior walls, and it's come out. It's called the Vellatero, and it is gorgeous. It gives it that accent, like if you want an accent wall, or you can do a whole room in that smoky look. We can do it in any color.
What do you mean smoky look? What do you mean?
It looks kind of like clouds. It looks like cloudy, and it looks kind of like kind of looks like a Venetian plaster, where it looks kind of smoky and cloudy, I guess is a good look for it.
So if you have kind of an open floor plan house, or you know how so many houses now kind of stick with one paint color on their walls for all the rooms, but could you stick with that theme, but you could use that method for an accent room? Or does it need to be is it going to be a totally different color?
Yeah, you can do a totally different color, because most people that love design, they'll have one room in like shades of blue, and then you walk into another room and it might be beiges, and another room and it might be white. So yeah, we can do all kinds of things, and I guess, what is it called, a spoiler alert? But we're thinking about maybe going and doing some wallpapering. So it's kind of just a little. I'm trying to throw that out there a little bit, because wallpaper is back. And
Wallpaper is back.
And there's so many cool wallpapers to do accent walls that where paint can't do.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff.
But don't ever try to do it yourself.
Yep.
You will get in a fight real fast if you try to do the wallpaper on your own, right? That's
Yes.
not an easy thing to do. That's its own skill.
It is absolutely a skill. So we're working on maybe rolling that out soon.
Okay, so you're not doing that yet, but as far as the conversations that people have with you, really it's if something can be transformed, you're the person to talk to, because you can do the outside, but you can do the inside. You do siding, you do traditional painting of houses, right?
Yes, we do all kinds of remodeling inside and out. We do a lot of things that we don't normally talk about.
They do
on here 'cause
gutters.
I talk about the paint.
They'll
the
paint
painting.
your gutters if your
Yes.
gutters are in good condition.
Absolutely. If the gutters are in great shape and they're efficient, we can absolutely paint them any color.
So if somebody's watching and they're thinking, okay, I don't know what I'd want, could you just come to their house in the 30 seconds I have left and just kind of advise them what you see? Because you see it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I give design
You do?
ideas all the time, color ideas, so we can absolutely work on that.
Oh, let me know when you start doing wallpaper.
I know.
I might be in.
The next segment, it'll be that.
Okay, shh, if Mark's watching. You can find him on Instagram and Facebook, refinedhomefinishes.com. Call them 438-1950. They'll come out to your house. Louie is who you'll talk to and find out what's the right approach for you. Over 40 degrees, they can do the job.